Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Whether you love it or hate it, we've got some plans for how you can celebrate solo, with your friends, with your partner, or with your boo thang. I called up food writer Brent Holmes to give us all the hottest food options for Valentine's Day. We've got you covered. It's Thursday, February 9th, 2023. I'm Vogue Robinson, and here's what Las Vegas is talking about. Brent Holmes, my dear, I'm so happy to have you back. Welcome to CityCast Las Vegas.
Hey, Vogue, how are you?
I'm awesome. So let's talk about, it's February. Let's talk about Valentine's Day. What makes for a good Valentine's Day restaurant? Like, what are your parameters?
I think it depends on your partner.
Yes.
Really, right? Like,
agreed.
What's your partner into? If your partner wants like greasy burgers and stuff, like take him down to Hamburger Hut and be happy, right? Like, I got burgers, I got fries, we're good. I can't really determine that if your partner has expensive taste and wants like the flash and the flair of a really exclusive restaurant, pop them over to the Strip or maybe hit Sparrow and Wolf. So it really depends. For me personally, a good Valentine's Day meal starts at home.
No.
I think the goal is not to leave the bedroom at all if you can help it.
I like that.
Right?
I like that works for me. Like, let's just, but of course, all the times where I had refrigerators in my bedrooms, it was when I was sick. So like that was when we had like a fridge and like a microwave because I couldn't walk. But
yeah, see, that's not
as romantic. So
yeah,
where's like an offbeat restaurant for couples to go on Valentine's Day?
Offbeat wise, I would say I love the restaurant at the California Hotel.
Okay.
Have you?
No,
okay.
Never.
Okay, just flow with me here for a minute. They've got Simon Noodles next to an open sushi bar with an oyster bar.
Okay.
Next to a like prime rib service with like full American fixins, and the prices are pretty low compared to most places. So if you head over to 777 at the California Hotel.
Oh, you mean 777 at Main Street Station?
Yeah. It's not a romantic atmosphere. It's a closed kitchen. It's in the round. It's a big room. This is not like candlelight and roses kind of thing. But if you want a good meal and you love variety and you don't want to be like, hey, I want the oysters and the prime rib. Yes. Okay, great. Let's do it.
You don't have to choose.
Yeah, no, there's no need to choose there. That's kind of romantic to me. I've had some of my favorite like one-off evenings date-wise there just because everybody's getting satisfied, the food's really good, and when the bill comes, your jaw doesn't hit the floor. So
ooh, is that rent? Okay, so I love that as an offbeat location. Let's say, okay, we flip it over, right? And let's say instead of offbeat, we want more low-key, like someplace that's nice, but just chill, quiet enough to hear one another talk. What's that place?
You can't beat a classic. Raku or Raku Sweets. I love the vibe. It's super chill. The menu's amazing. It's, a little expensive, but it's still just one of the best restaurants in town. You go over to Raku and then, get something that you really love there. Get the special, whatever it is. It feels romantic, feeding each other with chopsticks, that kind of thing.
Okay, so wait, where is this located at?
Well, Raku's up towards the west side of Chinatown. And the funny part about saying like Raku is if you go into the strip mall that Raku is, it's at basically Spring Mountain in Decatur. If Raku's sold out, if they're busy for Valentine's Day, you didn't get a reservation, there's like 6 other joints, including Big Wong, which is super cheap, super inexpensive, but they make a great prime rib, a great curry soup. So if you're feeling like, oh, we couldn't get into Raku and you're over on that part of town, you're not going to not be able to find somewhere amazing to eat. We have the best Chinatown in the country, in my opinion, by a long shot. So Chinatown's always a pick, even if you're just feeling...
Right. I feel like that's a good place to wander around.
Exactly. You don't have to even be definitive. You don't have to make that choice and go, this is the restaurant. You just park your car and start strolling or cruise on your automobile,
Okay, so Brent, for the procrastinators, those of us who are like, ooh, it's February. Ooh, I forgot. Oh, Valentine's Day is coming. Boop, here it is. Where can you go that feels nice, but you don't need a reservation?
Other than Chinatown, I kind of love the Palms a little bit. I think they have great food over there. They've got a bunch of different restaurants. Vitri Cucina is amazing. There's tons of incredible places to eat there. And they've got a movie theater and a food court and a bunch of bars. So like,
You can have a whole day
just
date.
take a walk around. They've got cool art collections too. So like you're kind of cultural and artsy, and it's not on the strip, so maybe it's a little less crowded, right?
Yes, I like that. That's perfect. So, would you consider the strip romantic, or do you think like the vibes are too much?
The strip was romantic before you had to pay for parking.
Amen.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Paying for parking, turn off.
The strip can be romantic, of course. Like, I mean, I don't think Circus is terribly romantic, but then some people's idea of romance is different than mine. They do have a terrific steakhouse in there, though, and that place has really chill vibes. It's like a classic steakhouse, hunter green stripes on the wall, flame grilled steaks. Circus does have at least one decent restaurant in it, and it is kind of romantic, but then you have to walk out and be in Circus, which is...
But like if you go to like, what is that? Adventure Dome? What is the thing called?
Yeah, the Adventure Dome.
That would be kind of cute.
I mean...
You eat at the steakhouse, and then you walk around the Adventure Dome, and you do the cutesy thing of like you throw some balls at some stuff and get an overpriced stuffed animal. You could do that. That'd be kind of cute.
That's a perfect date. It's super fun. Like, again, it just depends on the vibe, and you and your partner, or heck, partners, whatever you're doing with your life.
You and your people.
You and your people, you get to decide the pace and tempo of this. There's no right way to do Valentine's Day,
Hey, Las Vegas. I have a question for you. Have you thought about advertising on CityCast Las Vegas? If there's anything we've learned about making the show, it's that we reach Las Vegas's movers and shakers, the locals that are the most engaged in our community, first to try new restaurants, and stay showing up to cultural events. We've even got some aspiring Vegas residents. So if you have a business, an event, a cause, or an organization that you want to make sure folks in Vegas know about, you should advertise on the CityCast Las Vegas podcast and newsletter. Put your message right into the ears of Las Vegas's most passionate audience who want to know more, just like you. Find out more by emailing us at ads@citycast.fm or checking our website, lasvegas.citycast.fm/advertise. Is there a place on the strip or like in some place that's going to take forever to get into, but it's worth the wait to take a date you want to impress?
I mean, there's a million of them. Gordon Ramsay's probably booked out already. Prime over Bellagio. If you didn't, that's a reservations thing. And I don't bank on the strip for a good time. It's already going to be crowded. It's already going to be difficult. And the expectations get really crazy.
Yes. But I love going back to what you said. You said, there's no wrong way to do Valentine's Day, right? And I think there's like this big thing about partnering and couples around Valentine's Day. And I think that leads to a lot of really sad things for people's lives. It adds to people's depression sometimes. So I feel like we have to not leave out the single people. So like if you are single, but you want to take yourself out on a nice date, where should you go?
For me,
yeah,
I'd head over around the Chinatown area. I'd head to the Jones and Spring Mountain intersection area. Cafe Macha Maiko has great ice cream, really nice desserts. I'd start there, dessert before dinner, especially if you're feeling a little low, right? Maybe pop into China Mama, get some dumplings, or I really love their like spicy fish in like this chili oil thing, or just pop over to Fuku Burger. Don't make it a big deal. You don't have to exaggerate what you might be feeling, but there's a ton of good places just to take yourself. But if you're really, really into isolation and really feeling like you don't want to be around a ton of couples, I can't recommend more. Just, heading out to Tacoma, California, sitting in the hot springs. I'm serious. It's an hour and a half away. Go up to Tacoma, hit the hot springs. There's a place there called Steaks and Beer. They make the best steaks in or out of Las Vegas. When I'm feeling at my loneliest, that's where I like to go.
Okay, I feel like I just got like nice deep cuts. Like, thank you for that, because that's a good little day trip.
Yeah. I mean, loving yourself is about giving yourself what you need. And sometimes we need space and time. Or, take yourself to the movies or something in theaters, right?
Yes.
Treat yourself,
Treat
right? As they say,
yourself.
right?
Absolutely. Speaking, I was like, yes, in the vein of treat yourself, there's literally an episode of Parks and Rec that also is like the Galentine's Day episode. And I
Yes.
know so many women who do Galentine's Day, but I feel like everybody should go on like big group friend dates. So, where's a place you would suggest for like a big group of friends to go on Valentine's Day? Just loud, rowdy ass friends. I want to go with
Oh,
them.
hmm. If you're doing it with friends and you want to get loud and a little weird, there's about a dozen karaoke spots in town.
Ah,
And yeah, dude, go to karaoke, embarrass yourself, please. I mean,
but which one serves food? We gotta have food.
okay, you really want to go? Well,
Yes.
Starboard Tack, man. Come on, Starboard Tack kills the game. Food's great, drinks are great, and they have karaoke. I know they have it on the weekends. I don't know what they're doing on Tuesday night. But that's where I go with a bunch of friends. Or Champagne's has the best karaoke DJ, and they got a little taco truck out front, so you're
Yes.
not going to want for food. And that's friendship. That's like joy. You just got to find what gives you pleasure when it comes to these things. Here's what I don't advise is sitting in your room watching romantic comedies, eating a pint of chocolate ice cream and crying, unless you're into that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what you should be doing with Valentine's Day. Make sure you're living. And if all your friends are in couples and you're the only single one, well then treat yourself. Take yourself somewhere nice,
Yeah, I love that. And I definitely agree. I mean, sometimes that's what people need is a day to eat ice cream and watch the rom-coms, but I feel like hanging out at karaoke and singing a bunch of Adele songs.
Yeah.
Like, I would do that.
Yes.
I would be so down to sing a bunch of breakup songs. Like the highs and lows of breakup songs have to be fully themed. We should just plan this event and make people come because this is amazing.
Who is doing anti-Valentine's Day behavior? I don't know, Vogue, and this is just,
We're going to find it.
Yeah.
Or we're going to make it.
Somebody needs to be doing the what, forget this holiday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also, just as a side note, Test Kitchen's really fun for groups of people.
Ooh.
And I know that they have 2 Valentine's Day events.
Okay.
They have a plant-based Valentine's Day, and they have a sushi tasting menu for Valentine's Day. And you got to reserve that.
Mm.
But if you want to go with your friends, I love Test Kitchen. It's right downtown. So after you bust out a Test Kitchen, you get a really good meal. You can run over to Atomic or some other place and get a couple of drinks and hang out with the homies.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be a really special night.
Yeah.
And maybe forget that, you might be a little bit lonelier than you want to be.
Yeah. And I think hanging out with friends reminds us that we're maybe not as alone as we think.
Over under Vogue, I would say our culture puts too much emphasis on romantic love and not enough emphasis on camaraderie and the love of friendship.
Mm-hmm. But it doesn't have to be that way. So there we go.
It doesn't have to be that way. Just to round out other restaurants that I really love that are probably going to be great on Valentine's Day, Esther's Kitchen, Sparrow and Wolf, and Main Street Provisions. Those guys never, ever get it wrong. Never. I've never been in there and said, oh, this is, so I don't know if they have reservations. I don't know if they have specialty menus. I don't know if they're doing some kind of magic, but they're always doing some kind of amazing thing. And they're really chill places and great places to be seen and great fun. So if you want to take your date out to something that feels sceney or cool, those 3 spots are a total win almost every time.
Mm-hmm.
And the food's great.
I feel like people should mix it up. And I think that this city is one of those cities where there's always something new to discover. Something new is always opening. And, I don't know, love on the city. Like find something else that you love about this town for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So yes, everybody, we wish you an easy Valentine's Day, and we hope you do something either with yourself because you're number one for the person you love, or with other humans who make you feel special, or your pets. Damn it, whoever makes you feel loved.
They totally do that pet thing too. They do Valentine's for pets. Okay. Vogue, thank you so much for having me on the show. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Brent. I appreciate you. We'll holler at you next time. Before you go, we got some news for you. It looks like the WNBA Las Vegas Aces are under investigation by the league. It's reportedly looking into whether or not the champion team violated the salary cap by essentially paying players under the table. In other news, if you're looking for a career change and a chance to do some good in the community, Check this out. Many of the Valley's prominent nonprofits will be having a hiring fair. It's happening on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Opportunity Village campus on Oakey Boulevard. That's all for today here on CityCast Las Vegas. If you got some good Valentine's ideas from this episode, go ahead and tell a friend, rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our morning newsletter. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Bye!
Valentine's Day doesn't have to be this big deal. Order a pizza, please.
Yes.
Order a pizza. Do
They
not
make
stress yourself
heart-shaped
out.
pizzas.
Oh, God, oh, God. Oh, God, no. What is wrong with this culture?
Everything.
Anyway, everything, it's so broken. It's so broken.